Well, hello, Virgo, and welcome to Firestar Tarot. I am Empress Egypt, and this is this is last week's reading, okay, but it's Sunday and it's the end of the week, and I apologize for getting these out late, but I'm still getting them to you, okay? So, Virgo, you guys will be having another reading in a few days. So, again, sorry, these are back to back. Right now, I'm currently pulling 6 cards for you guys when it comes to the shadow work that you guys need to face. We're going to be looking at your person as well, okay, Virgo? We're going to be looking at not only you, but we're going to be looking at them, the shadow work that needs to be faced within you and them, as well as possible outcome and, of course, advice for both of you guys, okay? Cross watchers, I will not be addressing you in this video, but Virgos, I will be addressing you. A few things before we get started. Anything I don't go over will be in the description box. Yes, I'm doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. All you have to do to be entered to win is be subscribed to my channel, and I randomly do choose. I will upload the winner on Instagram, so make sure you guys are following me on my other social media platforms, okay? If you do want to book a personal reading, because you guys, these are general readings, they are collective readings. If you're interested in your personal situation, send me an email. My email is in the description box, and just be like, hey, Empress Egypt, I would like your price list, and I'll send it over to you, okay? I am taking appointments for this month, you guys. I'm getting kind of booked up, but I still have a few weeks available here and there, hit and miss, okay? All right, so one more card, Spirit, please, for my Virgos, and then we'll get into this. All right, Virgo? That was way too many cards. Yeah, that's way too many cards. Sorry, you guys. Way too many cards. I apologize. Okay. I am using the Deviant Tarot deck as far as the shadows go, you guys. It's a little bit more demonic, but it's all with good intention, okay, you guys? One more card, Spirit, when it comes to my Virgos, please. One more card for Virgos. And the Fool. All right. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Two of Wands, okay? So what's grounding your energy this week, Virgo, when it comes to the shadows is going to be the things that maybe new beginnings, okay, in general, or new beginnings are going to be grounding your whole energy, okay? So I do feel like, honestly, Virgos, there's a lot of wanting to end cycles and start new cycles, and I feel like you guys have been working on completing a lot of those cycles out, Virgo, so now it's about all these new beginnings, right, a new journey. We do have the King of Wands coming in the reverse right off the bat, okay? In the upright, let me show you guys the card in the upright so you can see it here. Okay, this is my King of Wands energy. This is someone who takes action when it comes to passion, okay? This is someone who's creative. In the reverse, though, there's telling me there's some issues when it comes to blockage with creativity, Virgo. We also have the Six of Wands coming in reverse. However, Virgo, even though there's a lack of creativity within you, there is this strong sense of no longer feeling competitive. We are going to clarify and find out exactly what's going on here. We also have the Ten of Wands coming through. Good job, Virgo. I see you releasing a lot of burdens, a lot of tension, a lot of conflict, a lot of challenges. I see you releasing all the burdens of the past and really ending out cycles in the proper way, okay? However, though, Spirit is bringing this up as far as shadow works. So that does mean that there's something within these issues. There's some shadows lurking, right? There's some illusions lurking here. We also have the Ten of Pentacles coming through, okay? So this is all about manifestation. This is about your home. This is about your relationships. This is about your job. This is about anything and everything that has to do with tangible things, okay? So anything that can perish, not even just perish, but anything that is tangible. We also have the Hermit coming through, Virgo, okay? So this is telling me a lot of you guys are going into kind of isolate yourselves to find the answers. But the Hermit is about going in isolation, but it's also trusting divine and trusting in the process of things. So I feel like there is a lot of going in, Virgo, a lot of isolation going on, and a lot of really thinking about things, but it is with a trusting intuition, okay? We also do have the Fool in reverse as well coming through. The Fool in reverse is telling me that you are afraid to take a leap of faith when it comes to starting a new beginning, okay? So we're going to clarify and find out what's really going on here, what's kind of holding you back from starting a new beginning, just kind of what is going on with some of these issues here, right? Spirit, let's try and clarify for my Virgo's energy some of these things, all right? Let's go ahead and focus intent on clarifying anything that has to do with shadows within my Virgos, please. Clarifying anything that has to do with the shadows of my Virgos. All right, let's get to clarifying, Virgo. You ready? So let's focus on what's going on first with the King of Wands in reverse, okay? What is it that you kind of feel a little bit non-creative, okay? What are your blockages when it comes to creativity, when it comes to influences. What's going on here with the King of Wands in reverse? Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to this King of Wands energy, please. What does it have to do with my Virgos? What are the blockages when it comes to creativity? What are the blockages when it comes to passion, intimacy? What's going on here? We have the Nine of Wands coming out and the Three of Cups. Interesting, okay? Nine of Wands and Three of Cups energy clarifying the King of Wands. So what is it that's blocking you, my Virgos, when it comes to your creativity and your passion? It has to do with third-party interference, all right? It has to do with third parties, karmic relationships, or maybe just the love of another, okay? We also have the Nine of Wands, which is telling me there's a lot of strength with you, though, Virgo, and you've been holding on for a long time when it comes to this lack of passion you're feeling, this lack of creativity you're feeling. So I do feel like it has to do with the person you clicked on this video for, okay? Ultimately, though, we won't really know until we get into your person's energy as well, and of course, the possible outcome. All in all, though, Virgo, you have an ultimate amount of strength here, okay? There's a sense of you not giving up and pushing through all the problems, through all the burdens, through everything, okay? Let me turn on my comments so I can see you guys. And hello, Facebook, as well as YouTube, okay? I am on both platforms. All right, Spirit, show me what's going on here with the Six of Wands. Why are my Virgos no longer feeling competition? What's going on here? And why is this a shadow within my Virgos? Show me what I need to see when it comes to the Six of Wands, please. So ultimately, though, I do feel like, honestly, there is a disconnect when it comes to your person and you, okay? I do feel like you've been strong, all right? You've been patient and you've been holding on. Wow, Ten of Swords and Ten of Pentacles, two tens right off the get-go, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful energy. This is all about ending cycles. So I do honestly feel like you no longer feel competition. You no longer feel like an option. I feel like, honestly, you have ended, Virgo. You guys have literally ended this torment of thoughts within your own head. You have literally created a completion when it comes to manifestation. This would explain the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. You're literally at the Two of Wands energy, and it's grounding all of this energy because you have been putting in the work, Virgo. Okay, you've got, I asked what was going on with this Six of Wands energy in reverse. Why are you, why do you feel like no longer having to compete for things? Like, why do you no longer feel, like an option? And that's actually a good thing. You don't want to feel like you have to compete. You don't want to feel like you're an option. So clarifying with the Ten of Swords is telling me that you are basically done with the way you used to think. So whether this is someone who made you feel like an option, or whether this was your own, perception of things, and you ultimately creating your own competition within your own head, point blank, you guys, you ended this torment, okay? So the Ten of Swords is a beautiful energy, as well as the Ten of Pentacles. Virgo, literally, you guys are double manifesting here. You're double ending cycles out when it comes to no longer feeling like an option, okay? It's like, you've said it in your mind, Virgo, that you are no longer going to feel like an option. I feel like a lot of my Virgos are setting up boundaries here and really creating a lot of self-worth, self-value here, okay? But ultimately, this is still shadow work. So that means there's something within these things that are creating some darkness that you need to shed light on, okay? So we're going to go ahead and clarify all the cards, and then ultimately I should be able to get a gist of what's going on here, okay? So again, starting with the King of Wands, just kind of retracking over everything. King of Wands energy in the reverse is telling me there is a disconnect when it comes to passion. This is telling me that some of the things that weigh your mind have to do with third-party situations. It has to do with somebody who in the past maybe treated you like an option. You put your foot down to that shit. You're like, no more. And so you have completed these cycles of allowing this person to possibly make you feel like an option, okay? So whether you put an end to a third-party situation or whether you put an end to this relationship because you were treated like a third-party option, okay? So what's going on with the Ten of Wands? Clearly, this is beautiful to see. Ten of Wands energy, Spirit, show me why this Ten of Wands is here, please. What is going on? So clearly, we know you've released a lot of burdens, Virgo, okay? You've let go of a lot of the issues. Yep, look, clarifying with the Ten of Wands, okay? I don't think we can get any clearer there. Clearly, Virgo, you have released a lot of the burdens that used to drag you down, okay? I feel like, honestly, Virgo, you just had this point in your life. It was like the tipping the scale. You were finally just like, you know what? I'm tired of doing this to myself. I'm tired of carrying these burdens, and it's time to release them, and so you did, okay? Spirit, what's going on with the Ten of Pentacles here? And just so you know, you guys, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens on the table, okay? 5 tens on the table. That's significant, very significant. We have the Eight of Pentacles clarifying the Ten of Pentacles, okay? I do feel a little bit of stagnation here though, okay, Virgo, and clearly this is where the shadows are going to be at. So we do know that you are walking away and releasing a lot of burdens, okay? However, there's still this foot in the door, okay? So there's all these tens, there's all this completion and ending. However, it's clarified with the Eight of Pentacles. So this is telling me there's a little bit of slow motion when it comes to assessing things, okay? So it's not that it's the process of what you're doing things. It's when you're going back to evaluate things, you kind of get stuck, okay? Or that thus in return has you stagnant, because it's like, so say for example, it's this relationship that has you feeling this way, right? It's like, you know, you have to walk away. Say this is the thing, and this isn't going to be the case. This isn't for all of you guys, but say it's this thought process that you have to walk away from this person in order to be able to gain what it is that you need. And so you make the decision to walk away. Okay, say that's the decision you make. The Eight of Pentacles energy is telling me that it's like when you go back to evaluate what it is that you no longer want to deal with, when you go back to think of, you know, gaining that energy to walk away, okay, whatever it is that you're thinking, there's this mishap between what you're thinking and how you're actually producing. Meaning, when you start thinking about things, when you start evaluating things, you get stuck there. And then you go back to the memories of this person. So it's like, instead of actually thinking about this person, you know, the fact that you had to release the burdens of the things that you couldn't get clear with this person, or the lack of mental clarity with this person, whatever it is, ultimately, when you think about what it is that you can do to fully walk away, it's having you stagnant because you're staying thinking of everything, okay? So what is going on with the Hermit here, Spirit? What's going on with the Hermit? Show me what I need to see with this Hermit, please. Hermit energy. Why is the Hermit energy here? Show me what I need to see, please. Oh, there we go. Knight of Swords flipped over. Okay. So I do feel like, honestly, you create the mental clarity yourself. I feel like this person maybe didn't give you mental clarity straight up. We have the Universe coming through. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So ultimately, I do feel like, honestly, you felt like an option. You felt like a third party, maybe because this person did leave you for something that was more passionate, okay? Or what they thought was love, but was more lust, okay? Ultimately, now, though, what it is it's like, I feel like, again, this is going back to how you evaluate things, okay? So ultimately, you're going in to think, right? And when you're thinking about things, again, you're reliving those memories. Instead of learning from those memories, you're reliving those memories, so you become stagnant. You become fixated and not actually ending out that cycle, okay? But all in all, with the Universe card coming through, this is telling me that you do acknowledge your failures, you acknowledge your accomplishments. So it's not about the things that you've done or haven't done. It's the way that, it's not even the way you're thinking about it. It's that when you start thinking about it, you get stuck in those thoughts. Does that make sense? It's like this hermit mode. It's like you're going within, you're doing what you need to do, you're evaluating things, but it's like you're taking your sweet ass time when it comes to evaluating, instead of just evaluating as like a run through, like as a cap off, as a like, you know, like the context part. Like, it's not all the detail. You're supposed to be just going over it to kind of recap everything so that you can be like, okay, this was what didn't work. This is what worked. Okay, this is what I learned. This is what I didn't learn. That's this feeling I'm getting with the Hermit, okay? I feel like you're going within, and again, you're looking at the accomplishments. You're looking at the failures. You understand that there is no intimacy in this connection. You understand there is no passion in this connection, all right? Queen of Swords energy, you know this. You have the mental clarity. Ultimately, you also have the Knight of Swords. So I do feel like there's a union within you two, interesting enough. So either you guys are friends, or you guys still communicate here, because we do have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords energy. So this is telling me there is communication going on, okay? So now whether this communication is actually in the physical, like you guys communicate, you actually have conversations, or whether this is within you and within your head. It's like maybe you didn't actually physically have to hear this person communicate. Maybe you just kind of knew, right? Look, we have the Emperor. Okay, so no. Yeah, you guys are in disconnect here. Okay, you guys are in disunion, but ultimately there's still a connection, okay? There's still communication going on without even you guys really communicating, ironically enough. But why are you afraid to take a leap of faith? Why are you afraid to walk away fully from this connection? It's weird because you have all these 10s here. So this is the ending. Yeah, it's a disunion. You're afraid to take, yeah. You're afraid to take a leap of faith because of a disunion, because of an ending to a unionship, okay? So I don't know if, honestly, and we'll find out when we start pulling your person's energy here, I feel like straight up what's going on with you, Virgo, is that it's like there's a new connection, or there could be a new connection coming in, okay? I feel like, and even if there's not a new connection coming in, I feel like you're holding yourself back from having a new connection because you're holding on to this person, straight up, okay? So ultimately what's happening is because of a failure within the connection that you're still holding on to, new connections aren't coming through, okay? So ultimately what that means is that because you can't let go of this person, you're not starting new beginnings. You're not starting new journeys. Does that make sense? So let's pull overall advice. I'm going to recap some of this really quickly because when it comes to your shadows, the main thing I really see going on with you, and again, with all of these 10s on the table, we have 5 10s on the table. This is an ending to this cycle. Okay, you're done here. The only issue I see right now is just you afraid to take this leap of faith. So when it comes to your shadows, Virgo, it has to do with you, again, when you go to evaluate your situation, you're getting stuck there. So it's like you're done, okay? You've completed the cycle, but it's like you go back just to recap everything just to make sure you're good, and you don't take that step forward. You know what I'm saying? You just stay in your 10. You stay in this ending, but you don't go on to another cycle. So it's like this repeat of evaluating over and over again, okay? You're afraid to take that leap of faith because, yes, the last time you took a leap of faith, it ended in a disunion. It ended in an ending. Somebody made a decision or someone didn't make a decision, okay? So ultimately, again, Virgo, just really focus on those issues. Really focus on, again, a way of getting out of that reevaluating stage, okay? Think of finally closing this door and getting out and creating a new cycle. So again, with all the 10s here, the cycle has ended for you, okay? But you're stuck in the ending of it. So just go ahead and move forward, Virgo, okay? This is your okay. For those of you guys who were looking for the answer came through as for you to finally end the cycle and move on, all right? Go ahead and start your new beginning. So let's go ahead and get advice from Spirit, all right? When it comes to your shadows, when it comes to the dark areas of your life, right? And honestly, I'm really proud of you, Virgo, because that's a lot of completion there, okay? So this means that you have done a lot of work when it comes to your thoughts. You have done a lot of work when it comes to the love for yourself, your self-worth, but also you've done work when it comes to the people around you, okay? So ultimately, you've worked really hard here, Virgo, and you're completing a lot of really, you're just really ending a lot of hard cycles here, okay? And again, that's a beautiful energy to be in. Really, it is, Virgo. All right, Spirit, what advice do you have for my Virgos? What advice do you have for my Virgos when it comes to ending out these cycles for them, okay? How do they end out these cycles? How can they face these cycles? How can they fully stop being stuck when it comes to evaluating things? Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to my Virgos. The Journeyman, number 15, okay? I am going to read it out of the book for you guys because the book is just so much more in detail, and I actually love the book a lot. Again, number 15, okay? Number 15, The Journeyman. Let's see. It's all about adventure, independence, polishing of skills, and travel. Remember when I was saying focus on yourself, right? Start a new beginning, right? Starter reading, all right. Adventure, independence, travel, a long path ahead, we hope. This card speaks to the need to perfect skills in working and living, but it acknowledges having a sound grounding in the basics. Optimistic, innocent, and willing to learn. Ongus, I believe that's how you say his name, Ongus. I think that's how to say, yeah. Ongus also shows us that intuition serves us well, but only if we pay attention to it. Sometimes we are operating from theory alone, and our knowledge may or may not be well grounded in reality. This card does not necessarily refer exclusively to beginnings. It can also signify a progression along a path, moving into the unknown from the known, a new phase in an ongoing process. This card may also represent untested concepts or ideas and suggest a need for balance between the intuition and the rational as one approaches the unknown. Consider where you are going, what are your long-term goals, and what are you doing that is helping you to move towards them, okay? So interesting enough, like I said, we were having some issues, Virgo, when it comes to evaluating your situation. I feel like something like bit me on the back of my leg. Sorry, you guys, I was itching. So ultimately, I do feel like, honestly, you know, your issues, Virgo, is going to be, again, when you're finalizing things, okay, when you're completing things and you're in that stage 10, okay, which is when you're about to shut that door and move on to a new journey. When you are about to fully walk away from something. It's not that you haven't put it in your head that you're going to end it. It's that you go back to say, okay, before I end it, since I'm completely done, before I end it, let me just go back over everything and make sure it's good. Okay, that's where the fault's at in the way you go back and evaluate. So you still need to go back and evaluate. It's just that you need to evaluate, again, not to sit there and go into every detail, but just to kind of do a sum up of everything and then go on to a new beginning, right? Close the door. So ultimately what Spirit is telling you is, you know, when it goes to reevaluating, it's like maybe what you're doing is, instead of actually reevaluating, it's like you're going back and beating yourself up, right? You start to think about the relationship again instead of thinking about what it taught you or what you could have learned from it. So I think the last sentence is really important. You know, consider where you're going. What is it? Where do you want to be at? What are your long-term goals? Do you want marriage? Do you not? Do you want trust, honesty? You know, what is important to you when it comes to the things that you want? Also, what are you doing that is actually helping you move forward, right? Because if you're ending this cycle and you just go back to recap everything, but then you get stagnant because you don't really know what you're doing. You're just going back and thinking about things. Well, this is Spirit telling you, you need to have a plan. Okay, you need to figure out what you're going to do and where you're going to go with everything, the good and the bad, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and look at your person, all right? Let's see here. We're going to clarify again with the Hermetic deck, and we are going to pull overall energy for your shadows, Virgo, with the Deviant Tarot deck, okay? All right, Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to the shadows of my Virgos, please. Not only the shadows, but show me the challenges, the problems, the fears, the difficulties, the humps, the hurdles, and the crossroads within my Virgo's life, please. Show me everything I need to see within the dark spaces of their life. Shedding light on the dark areas. Show me what I need to see, Spirit, when it comes to my Virgos, please. One more time, Spirit. Show me what I need to see when it comes to the dark places of my Virgo's person, please. All right, Virgo, this is your person now, all right? Virgo's person, shadows, please. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors among me. Divine, show me what I need to see when it comes to my Virgo's person, please. The Ace of Cups has already come through, okay? So this is telling me that, honestly, a lot of the shadow areas for your person is going to all come around love, okay? Spirit, show me what I see. There's illusions within the love, though, okay? There's illusions when it comes to your person, Virgo, what they think love is. Yeah, Knight of Swords and the Page of Cups. I feel like honestly, though, Virgo, your person is going to take action, okay? I don't know if they're going to take action towards you, but they are taking action towards communicating love, okay? There is love here. There's a lot of love coming through. 3 more cards, please, Spirit, when it comes to my Virgos. 3 more cards, please, for Virgo's person. 3 more cards, please, Virgo's person. All right, Spirit. 3 more cards, please, when it comes to Virgo's person. 2 of Wands in reverse. Interesting. Very interesting. Spirit, show me what I need to see, please. 2 more cards. 2 more cards for Virgo's person, please. 2 more cards. We also got the 3 of Pentacles coming through. 1 more card, please, Spirit. That's too many cards. 4 more cards, Spirit, please, for my Virgos. One more card for Virgo's person. Show me the shadows within Virgo's person, please. One more card. Virgo's person, shadows, please. Virgo's person, shadows, please. One more card, Spirit. Way too many cards here. One flip, though, we're good. We also have the Two of Pentacles, okay? So let's go over this really quickly. Bottom of the deck, we do have, wow, Knight of Swords, right, in reverse. So I do feel like, honestly, Virgo, straight up, if you were going through a lot of depression, if you were like going through a lot of sleepless nights, just really thinking about this person, I do feel like, honestly, Virgo, the tables have turned, okay? If you're no longer in that state of mind of really like keeping yourself up late at night depressed, then this means your person is. But if you are staying up late at night, Virgo, really thinking about this person, it could be because this person's thinking of you or dreaming of you and you're feeling that energy, okay? Because ultimately here we do have the Ace of Cups coming through. We have the Knight of Swords coming through, the Page of Cups. These are all huge significance that this person is taking action when it comes to love. They do want to communicate love here, okay? Like I said, though, Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck, this person has some issues when it comes to anxiety, when it comes to depression, okay? I do feel like they're kind of trapped. So if you were there, Virgo, they're now there if you're no longer there, okay? If you are there, they're not there, okay? So it's kind of like a balancing out act, ironically. It's like when you're in pain, they're not, but then when you're not in pain, they're in pain, okay? I know it's fucked up, but that would kind of be considered an equal give and take when it comes to emotions, okay? I see the Two of Wands coming through, okay? Two of Wands telling me that there's not a new passionate beginning in the connection between you and this person, okay? I don't know if it's that they don't want to take it or if it's just not happening, but we also have the Three of Pentacles coming through, okay? So this is telling me that your person is not working well with the third party situation. We also have the Two of Pentacles coming through, okay? So this is a sense of balancing though, okay? So let's go ahead and clarify and find out what's going on with your person in specific, okay? Let's find out what this anxiety is. Let's find out what's going on with how come they're not starting a new beginning with you, or how come they don't feel like they are starting a new passionate beginning, okay? All right, Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to the Ace of Cups, please. Three of Wands, right? Not taking a new passionate, but well, okay, so ultimately, I do feel like, honestly, your person, Virgo, has a lot of strength, okay? And I feel like you honestly know this about them. Like, you see them as a strong person. Ultimately, you know they're strong when it comes to love. I just don't feel like you've had that love. Like, I feel like it's like you've always wanted to take that new beginning with them. You've always wanted a new beginning with them, but ultimately, I feel like it was never had, okay? But I do feel like, honestly, with the Ace of Cups here and the Three of Wands clarifying, I feel like your person, okay, Virgo, your person made a decision. Okay, this is why you were felt like an option. They made a decision to go to a third party situation because it was passionate, okay, because there was intimacy here. There was seduction here. I feel like, honestly, they thought it was love and it wasn't. I feel like they were attracted to this person, okay, they chose this person. They thought they were strong walking away from you. They thought that this person, it was a strong connection, and they thought that it was real love, straight up, okay? And because of that, obviously, clearly, there's some shadows there and there's some illusions. So we're going to tap into it and find out exactly. But all in all, I do feel like this person thought that when they made this choice to go with this third person and not choose you, when they left you like an option, they thought that this person they were going to was love, but it wasn't. It was passion. It was intimacy. It was lust. All right, why is the Knight of Swords here? What are they clear about? What are they taking action to? Spirit, show me what I need to see. Why is the Knight of Swords here for my Virgo's person? Show me what I need to see. I just think it's, it's always ironic, and it's pretty common through most of these readings. The person who walks away always regrets it 9 times out of 10, not always, but 9 times out of 10, they always regret it. And sometimes things are made to fall apart so that we can learn. The Blasted Tower. So yeah, I do feel like, honestly, I I feel like, honestly, Virgo, you know why this person left, okay? But I also, more importantly, feel like with the Knight of Swords energy, that your person is more clearer now, okay? They understand why things are falling through. They know that it's like there was a mishap before. Like what they were clear on before, it's like they destroyed things with you and went to this third party situation. And they honestly thought that taking action towards this third party situation was a good thing. They thought that the destruction was for the best. Yeah, interesting though. Also, we have the death in reverse, right? So I do feel like, honestly, things, it's like they didn't want to change. It's like instead of working on it with you, Virgo, they chose to just go to this other option, right? They chose to not change anything. So ultimately, what happens? You know what I'm saying? Your fuck ups become your karma, right? So this person walks away from you. They thought they were walking away to love. They walked away to lust. They thought they were clear and they were taking the right action when they destroyed things with you. But however, things never changed, right? Because ultimately the issue wasn't with you. The issue was with them, right? Running away from their problems. We have the High Priestess in reverse that's coming through, okay? So this person didn't trust their intuition here. The Emperor in reverse. This person wasn't being the correct counterpart, right? They weren't being committed to you. They weren't being stable with you. They weren't being, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like they went against their intuition. They trusted their ego. And they know that they weren't there for you the way they should have been. We also have the Two of Wands in reverse. They didn't respect themselves. It was ego. You thought they respected themselves. You thought they were strong. Like they came across as this strong, masculine, whatever energy. Doesn't have to be a man. Just in general, you looked at them as someone who was strong here. But ultimately, with the Two of Wands in reverse, this is someone who did not respect themselves. Therefore, they didn't respect others. They didn't love themselves. Therefore, they didn't respect themselves. They didn't respect others. So it's that kind of energy. Seven of Cups. Yeah. So I do feel like this person honestly just had lots of options here. It's like, this love of everything, right? It's like they are successful. It's like this person's probably really attractive. It's like they're probably so attractive that they have lots of options. But because of that, there's illusions in that, not with you, but within them, within your person, Virgo. So ultimately here, I feel like your person, again, just with this situation, right? They thought that this person was love and it was lust. Ultimately, that's what the illusion was, right? There's illusions within what is happiness, what is abundance, what is love, what is emotions. But look, we do have the Six of Wands coming through here, okay? So this is telling me that they are going to have a victory here on the things that they didn't manifest, right? The things that make them happy. So I do feel like, honestly, interesting though, we have the Two of Wands here in reverse. So let's find out why they haven't taken the new direction, Or maybe this Two of Wands in reverse is because they did take action towards someone else and there's no longer, ooh, where'd you get me? You got me flowers out of my gut. Aw, okay. They're pretty too. But ultimately, I do feel like with the Two of Wands in reverse, the reason it's in reverse is because they can't take a new passionate beginning with you anymore because they fucked up and they already chose something else here, Spirit, why is the Two of Wands here? What's going on with the Two of Wands? Why is the Two of Wands in reverse? Show me what I need to see when it comes to my Virgo's person. Why do they have the Two of Wands here for the shadow work? Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, it's because they can't have this new beginning because they know they didn't give to you. They know that they took from you in the past here, and they're feeling like they can't even come towards you. I haven't even clarified the Page of Cups yet, what the communication is, but all in all, I feel like they feel like they can't take this new passionate beginning with you because they know they fucked up in the past. They know that they have to come correct, and if they don't come correct, they don't have this new beginning. Yeah, Lord of Short and Force. Yeah, Lord of Shortened Force. So I do feel like, honestly, this was like a fast ending, okay? Past tense. I feel like, honestly, Virgo, they ended this with you really, really quickly, okay? But they do know this. They know that they don't have this new passionate beginning. They know that they're not happy right now because they didn't work on things with you, okay? Why is the Page of Cups here, Spirit? What's going on with the Page of Cups? What is it that they want to communicate? Or why are there shadows within the communication? Show me what I need to see, please, Spirit. Sorry, you guys. My little, all right. Sorry about that. Why is the Page of Cups here, Spirit? Show me what I need to see when it comes to the Page of Cups, please. What is this? Why is there shadows within the communication? What is going on within the communication and the issues within the communication? Interesting enough, Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Wands in reverse. There's a lot of fear here. I feel like, honestly, it's because they know that they fucked up. They know they chose something else. They know they left you like an option here. With the Seven of Wands, this is that Lord of Valor, right? This is all about, it's like, because of them thinking about how they didn't equally give to you or how they took advantage of you, they're kind of like feeling this resentment. They're feeling this, they feel bad for it, but they're allowing themselves right now to stay in the fear of it. They're allowing themselves to beat themselves up. So this, it's like, because they know they fucked up, they're afraid to take that step to communicate with you. Does that make sense? Eight of Pentacles, yeah. I just feel like it's like they're going back and forth when it's like things didn't work out for them the way they thought they were. Because again, they went after what they thought was love, and it wasn't love. Straight up, it was lust here. It was lust. They chose someone else, right? And it was lust. It was all lust. They thought it was love. They thought they were taking action towards following their heart. And they know it led them down a path that wasn't what they thought it was, okay? So when it comes to why they're not communicating with you, well, that's because they know they fucked up, okay? They're living in the 7 stage, all right? They're living in those fears. They're living in the sadness, the grief, the sorrow. They're going back and forth in their head. One minute they want to take fast action, and then the next minute it's like they're stagnant when it comes to actually creating, because they've thought about it so much that they end up creating conflicts within their own thoughts here. Why is this? And just so you guys know, they have gone from literally court cards down to 3s and 2s. So it's almost like your person's kind of going backwards. Ironically, let's find out why the 3 of Pentacles is here in reverse, though. What's going on with 3 of Pentacles in reverse? Who are they not working well with? What's going on here? What are the shadows within my Virgo's person? Why is the 3 of Pentacles here in reverse, Spirit? Show me what I need to see, please, when it comes to this 3 of Pentacles in reverse. The Moon in reverse. So I do feel like, honestly, the reason they're no longer working well with this third party situation is because they now see things for what they are. They know that they walked away from you. They know that they walked to this person, and this person isn't what they thought it was. They know now, straight up. They see the illusions for what they are. Okay, so it's like, okay, so what's going on with the 2 of Pentacles, Spirit? Show me what I need to see. Why are the 2 of Pentacles here? Why is the 2 of Pentacles here for my Virgo's person, Spirit? Show me what I need to see, please. Foolish man. Interesting. So I do feel like, honestly, now that they've seen things for what they are, your person is a lot more clear, okay? I feel like they're no longer keeping themselves up at night anymore. So I feel like now you might feel this energy, okay? You might feel this shift. So you might be all of a sudden thinking about this person, not understanding why you're thinking of this person. Why are you having dreams of them? Why can't you get them off of your mind? Why are you emotional? Well, it's because this person is no longer emotional over you, okay? So I feel like, honestly, you may have thought this person wasn't thinking about you here, Virgo, but they were, okay? They've thought about the mistakes they've made, okay? And I say they did because this is past tense. They were thinking in a very caught in their mind, very sad place, anxious, just really feeling a lot of guilt. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, 3 of Cups. There was definitely a lot of third-party situations. I don't feel like this person, I feel like, honestly, this person got their karma here. I feel like the person that they went to, that they left you for, I feel like this person worked hard in another third-party situation here. And I honestly feel like this person that your person left you for, that third-party situation, I feel like honestly the third-party situation they're in is love here, because they have the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So I do feel like with the 2 3s that their third-party situation is love, okay? Yep, the Last Judgment, a decision not made. Yeah, I feel like honestly your person, all right, Virgo, understands what they did here. They see the illusions for what they are now. They are balancing things out, right? They are going to take a leap of faith on the decision that wasn't made, or on a decision that was made past tense, okay? Bottom of the deck, yep, the Sun in reverse, like unhappy, right? Yeah, the reason they're going for this is because they're unhappy. They're not happy with the decision that was made. They're not happy in this situation, period, okay? So let's go ahead and pull overall advice for your person, and then we will pull overall possible outcome for you and your person, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, I'm going to be using the Fairies Oracle for your person as well, just so that you can kind of see the advice that Spirit wants to give them when it comes to their issues. Also, to cross-watcher, if you are watching, this would be your part right here, even though I'm not specifically addressing you in this video, okay? All right, Spirit, let's go ahead and focus on Virgo's person. What advice do you have for the shadows in their life? Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to Virgo's persons, please. Virgo's person's advice for their shadows and for their areas of darkness in their life. Show me what I need to see when it comes to Virgo's person, please, and the shadows and the advice within shadows. All right, Spirit. Virgo's person, please, 1 card of advice. Virgo's person, please. 1 card of advice for Virgo's person, please. That's way too many cards, you guys. Butterfingers today. Well, actually, only 1 card flipped over, so we're going to take it. The other ones were all face down. I think that says gloomous loom or gloomous doom. It's hard to read the cursive writing on these cards. Number 56. All right, number 56. The gloomous doom. This is all about self-defeat, self-pity, self-destruction, taking care of ourselves, okay? It is time to face the facts that our attitudes and beliefs about ourselves are our own. We may learn them from others, but the others are not responsible for them in the here and now. We are. If we choose self-pity and pessimism, we make a choice that makes our lives worse. When this card appears in a reading, it indicates that this is a time when understanding the concept is especially important. A time when there is in some sort of a crunch in the situation that offers someone the opportunity to notice and change self-destructive habits. If it is yourself, you know what you need to do. If it is someone else, you may wish to consider how you might support them in this opportunity for change. Can you make sure to give positive feedback at every appropriate opportunity? Can you refrain from nagging, scolding, or complaining at them when they get it wrong? These things help. So I do feel like, honestly, this person probably will communicate with you at some point if they haven't already. And I think ultimately that's why Spirit is kind of giving this word of advice, not only for your person, Virgo, but for you as well. I feel like, honestly, there may have been some things that you have done wrong, and I think you tried to communicate with this person, and they didn't give you the time of day. So I feel like Spirit's trying to tell your person, hey, you don't always have to hold that over their head. You don't always have to nag and put someone down. Sometimes just allowing somebody to acknowledge their wrongdoings and listening to them apologize is a better way and has more opportunity than you putting that blame and making them feel that blame again, okay? So ultimately, I feel like Spirit is just saying, hey, Virgo's person, ultimately, look at the opportunities in the faults. Like, look at the opportunities and the failures in a nutshell, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the possible outcome between you two, and then we will end this, okay, Virgo? All right, Spirit, what do you have for my Virgos? Spirit, what do you have for my Virgos and their person? Show me the possible outcome of these two, please. Possible outcome, Spirit. Show me what I need to see when it comes to these two and the possible outcome, please. Love call. Remember I told you, I feel like they are going to communicate with you. I really do. I feel like they know they fucked up. They know they chose someone else. I mean, obviously it's up to you if you accept them back or not. Just understand that if you're going to accept them, back, Virgo, it's important you create boundaries. Yeah, you're still healing here, Virgo. Okay, you're still dealing with the heartache. But look, heart with key. You have this person's heart. I think they know they fucked up, but I think you've always had their heart, and you know that. That's why you feel what you do. Photograph, right? Reminiscing about each other, watching each other's, missing each other. But this is also like saying to make new memories, right? Don't hold on to the past to create the same past memories. It's important that if you're going to hold on to somebody's memory, that you use it to make new memories, right? Learn from it. Don't hold on to the mistakes. Don't hold on to the perfection. Try to see the things that you were supposed to learn, and not only the failures, but the perfection too. Again, it's this strong sense of you guys like looking at each other's photos and wanting to make new memories, not wanting to live in the same past energy, which is actually beautiful. Ultimately, if you're going to learn from someone and create a second time around, you want it to be like that. You want it to be new memories and not holding on to that old negative energy. Spirit, anything else when it comes to these two? The possible outcome amongst the shadows, please. Show me what I need to see, please, Spirit. Show me what I need to see when it comes to these two with energy. Yeah, soulmate connection, right? Partnership agreement. So yeah, I mean, of course, it's a soulmate connection. I don't think you would feel this way. You wouldn't be clicking on this video trying to figure out what it is that you need to work on to be able to have a better connection with this person. But ultimately, you wouldn't have clicked on this video in general if there wasn't somebody that you were thinking of. There wasn't something that was on your mind. So ultimately, I do feel like, Divine has created a contract. This contract was you and this person. Now, whether this was a learning contract or this was a long-term contract, obviously is within the writing. But ultimately, with soulmate connections, you tend to learn something from them. They don't tend to be long-term unless you see a twin flame card come through too. We do have the dating card, which is telling you to get out there to date, meet someone new, try to get your mind off this person as much as possible so that you can end out these cycles, so that you can create new cycles and new beginning and new phases in life, okay? Whether it's with this person returning or not, it's important to focus on you, self-worth, self-love, so that you are the best person for yourself, much less anyone else, okay? This person does like you, though. I mean, clearly this is a soulmate connection, right? So this person obviously has regret. They have feelings. Like I said, I do feel like they're going to reach out to you. Again, Virgo, make sure that if this person does reach out to you, you have your boundaries set in stone, right? Now, clearly don't make them so damn high that the wall's so high you don't let this person in, but clearly create those boundaries so that this person can't do the same thing they did to you before. See if there's anything else, Spirit. Anything else when it comes to these two? Anything else when it comes to this connection that we need to see? Please, Spirit, show us what we need to see. We have the boat. Perceiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closures. Yeah, you do have the date card here. Like I said, I feel like right now your energy, it's like you do have this energy of wanting to complete this out, Virgo. It's just ultimately you're kind of reevaluating things, getting stuck in past tense. I feel like you're really focused on the feeling like an option, right? I feel like you may even watch this person a lot because of this, and it's like you see what they're doing and you're just really, it's like it creates more issues. Does that make sense? Because now you're really just, instead of learning what you can from the failures in the connection, it's like now you're just, instead of learning something, you're really just redirecting on the out, right? That outer perspective. But I do feel like, honestly, you are, again, with all those 10s that we got, Virgo, I strongly feel like you're almost done with this. Like, I feel like you are going to walk away, and then when you walk away that this person calls, straight up. But I don't feel like you walk away like you're walking away like you don't love them anymore. The I like you cards here, right? I also feel like, though, there's other people that you're just like, now you're just like, you know what, fuck it. This person, they chose to not, take action. I feel like you're ending, it's like you haven't fully closed that damn door, but you've got that door open, you're walking through it, and you're about to turn it around and shut it closed, right? Like that's where you're at. You're in that door. It's just that you haven't fully closed it because this person still has your heart, right? You feel like this person is your soulmate, right? Bottom of the deck, the love card, right? Unconditional love. You're afraid to walk away from this because you're afraid that if you walk away from this, that you're never going to have it again. You're afraid just when you close that door that this person will come back, and that's how it works. That's exactly what happens according to these cards, right? You finally get the courage to end out all those tens and start a new cycle, to start that new beginning, right? You get out there and you date someone else, and now someone new likes you, right? You have the mental clarity you need, right? You have the revelation. You start to wake up and you start to put yourself first, and you start to realize, hey, I need to give and receive, right? I need to progress. I need to stop staying stagnant and holding on to somebody, that hasn't really done anything but hurt me, right? This is why you're healing in your heart. Ultimately, you have to decide, do you stay or do you walk away? And once you fully do walk away, again, that's when this love call happens, right? This person comes back to you after you've decided to walk away. Regardless, though, there is a lot of love here, okay? So we're going to tune back into this energy next week and kind of see where you guys are at. Here in the next couple of days when I start uploading the other videos, it will be a love reading. It will not be a shadow work reading, which means we won't focus so much on the shadow areas. We're going to really focus just on where you're at, what you're learning, where your person's at, what they're learning, okay? And then we'll look at how you guys feel for each other and possible outcome as well. Ultimately, though, I do feel like, honestly, there's a lot of just, again, closing those doors, Virgo. Fully closing those doors and starting new journeys, okay? Because I think if you hold on to old cycles, if you leave those doors open, okay, if you leave those doors open and you don't fully close them, all you're going to do is you're going to allow the same energy from the past to keep coming back. So at some point, Virgo, you have to say, okay, you know what? I'm stopping this cycle and I'm changing that cycle. And like I said, with all those tens, you're doing it, Virgo. So keep doing what you're doing. Just focus on, again, those areas of feeling like an option. Focus on the areas, and again, not necessarily, because that last card for your person was a prime example too. So many times we sit there and we put all of this person didn't do this right. We put all that weight on that person, right? But ultimately, it's because we're in the pain of it, so we're not really seeing what was really not there or really there because we're so caught up in the loss of someone. So ultimately, when you think of that person and time passes, you start to slowly only think of the good things, and eventually the bad things go away. So it's hard to be clear when someone comes back because you don't remember all the bad things until it's happened again. So ultimately, you have to create those boundaries. You have to find out why you hate feeling like an option, because whether this person left you an option or not, there's something in your past that left you like an option, something even further than that left you like an option, because in your past, someone tore down your trust, okay? Someone tore down your core value when it comes to trust. So ultimately, it doesn't matter who it is. If you don't get that under control, people will come in and, again, treat you like an option because there's something you're not learning. There's something you're not putting in place to stop people from doing this. Does that make sense? So, again, Spirit's really stressing to me for you to really focus on what it felt like to be felt like an option, and try to go as far back as you can, Virgo, to the first time you felt like an option, okay? So that you can kind of pinpoint where it comes from. And then, of course, when you attack where it comes from, then you can be like, okay, it makes sense. Well, maybe it was your father or a mother or a friend or an uncle or someone. Dude, for me, I didn't realize it. For the longest time, I had an issue with big crowds, like at grocery stores and stuff like that. Come to find out, when I was a little girl, my parents, I was the one that was on the little collar leash backpack thing, because clearly my ass couldn't stay close to my parents, right? So I had an issue with abandonment issues, all right? I had issues with abandonment real hardcore. Why? Well, because when I was little, ultimately, I guess I had was holding on to the grocery cart, and I lifted my hand, put my hand back down, didn't pay attention. Next time I looked up, it wasn't my parents. And out here in Houston, we have these stores called Fiesta. They're Hispanic stores, like where you can get Mexican food and stuff like that. Interesting enough, though, very busy store. Well, this created a lot of issues for me. So then my parents started putting me on those leashes, like, you know, those embarrassing kids that you see, like with their parents having to put them on a leash. Yeah, that was me when I was younger because I couldn't, my mind was everywhere. So they had a hard time keeping me. So ultimately, I had abandonment issues that went back to then. And I didn't realize why I had fears of like crowds and stuff like that. So interesting enough, when you start to just look at sometimes, I think we get kind of scared to face those childhood traumas, right? Because we think it's going to be something terrible. Not all the time is it something terrible. It can be something as simple as my story, you know, being lost in the grocery store a few times, you know, ultimately having a fear of crowds and ultimately feeling like everybody was going to abandon me. Well, why? Because when I was younger, I just abandoned myself, right? I left my parents, not even willing. It was just kind of like, oh, hey, look, a puppy dog, you know? But ultimately, again, it started a lot of my childhood trauma, right? I hope that makes sense. I know that was kind of weird probably, but again, just try to figure out what is making you feel like an option with this person, because clearly this person has gotten you feeling some type of way. So again, if they've made you feel like an option, find out. And that's what's really bothering you. Try to go back as far as you can to find out who was the first person that made you feel like an option. Was it your mother? Was it your father? Was it a grandparent? Was it, you know, a teacher? There has to be someone where it goes further back in line. Someone has you feeling like an option, okay? Once you can kind of pinpoint where that first happened, then you can kind of get a better understanding of why you're feeling like that. Then once you understand why you're feeling like that, then it makes it easier for you to handle it. Then you can be like, okay, well, now I know what it is, and now I can't allow, you know what I'm saying? But again, if you guys have any questions when it comes to the shadow work, you guys just send me an email. I do shadow work readings. We will find out all the problems and fears with you individually, and we'll clarify and find out what we can do. All right. So Virgo, that is all I have for you. I will be seeing you guys in a few days where we're going to be doing your general love reading. We're going to be tapping into you and them. And again, just finding out how you guys feel for each other and the possible outcome next week. Because remember, energy is very fluid. It changes a lot, okay? From second to second, minute to minute, energy can change, all right? So with that being said, Virgo, I love you guys. Stay blessed, blessed be. And I will see you guys in a few days, all right? Bye.